Alright. We're back in here. Finally happened. Who knew?
How long has it been?
It's only been like 2 weeks. Or wait, when did you get drunk at my house? It's the Bud Light Platinums,
That's for
man.
the fans to decide. I don't
It's
know.
the Bud Light Platinums. You know how it is. Oh, this comes in the way. It's fine. There you go. Now you get... Oh, we forgot about this thingy. Now you
My
get
fault.
straight visual.
Thank God.
A lot of things have happened. Facebook did the biggest release of probably its lifetime, and they have no idea.
I don't think they did anything yet.
Well, it
I'm
definitely
just
caused a surge of 11,000 for Bitcoin, so something's happening. And if for those that don't know what I'm talking about, Facebook released that they are going to come out with their own cryptocurrency called Libra.
Yep.
And Libra is supposed to bridge the gap between online retail and crypto, and basically be a exchange for currencies. So there is no, hey, I need to do a conversion rate and to another government and then get their money and go purchase something so it's valid in my country, right? So now you can just go online, buy a generic Libra coin, or I don't even know what they'll call it, but like...
Right, me neither. But as far as I know, it's just like it's just like another cash app.
It is.
How it's... I don't know why I guess it's technically cryptocurrency because it's... well, what makes something cryptocurrency? Because...
So I used to think cryptocurrency, what made it crypto is like you get a public ledger. There's no person that's saying,
A blockchain.
A blockchain.
I thought that too, but Facebook...
But
this stuff
this is not going to be
not a
public.
blockchain.
This is
It's
going to
not a
be
blockchain.
private. Yes. You're not going to be able to see
Is it
everything.
a blockchain on any front? I didn't think it was.
I don't think it is a blockchain on any
So
front.
that's why
but they
I
didn't
don't know why.
release enough.
So I don't
They
know why
just
they're
said-
calling it cryptocurrency.
They just said enough to like get people excited about it. And who knows, it could crash and burn and fail. But like most things Facebook does end up happening,
But they have enough capital for it to fail, and then they make it unfail, and they keep it going. Like
Yeah.
They can just
Keep going
Yeah.
till they get it right, and then eventually Samsung's, like Samsung beat the iPhone after like 11 years of trying. That's what's gonna happen.
But,
Finally, they're gonna beat Bitcoin. And could you imagine a Libra coin at like 20 grand? Like,
well, that's the thing.
Investment,
I don't
it's
know
5
if,
cents.
I don't know if you buy the currency, or you just
do an exchange.
or you just put dollars in, and it's a one-to-one exchange. I have no clue, and I'm trying to figure it out like right this second, and it's so confusing. And I think that's what's dangerous about it, is because people are going to buy into this completely, just not even considering the risks of it.
I mean, you already know the way crypto has gone. It's only gone, up in reality. If whatever it starts at, a really good cryptocurrency usually goes up.
Except Bitcoin still hasn't reached that peak that it once had, right? Well, like
Bitcoin's peak was at what, like
20 grand or something?
20 grand or something.
And it still has. It's never reached that, right?
It has not reached that. It has not reached that, and it probably won't reach it till 2020.
Okay.
Though there are plenty of articles out there that say Bitcoin's going to reach 100,000 and it's going to be great.
Why would that happen? Why would it reach 100,000?
I mean, at some point you're going to have to put value on the 16.5 million tokens that are circulated in circulation. That's not much.
No.
And if you go on a global level,
that's a finite amount.
yeah, that's
right?
a finite amount. So if you go on a global level, I mean, it's not a finite amount, but there's only X amount that can be out right now. So
who controls that? What controls the amount of coins that are in circulation?
The amount of transactions that happen. As more transactions happen and more is mined, you unlock more Bitcoin.
Okay. And mining Bitcoin is becoming progressively harder, right? Like
mining Bitcoin is becoming progressively harder, but now there's so many companies that are like, hey, let me share your hardware and I'll mine for you, and you get $20 of Bitcoin per day.
It.
Yeah. And there's even like little like USB things you can buy for like you know, $700, and it guarantees you like 0.00015 Bitcoin per month, which is equivalent to like $10. But it's like over time, weird. You know, it could be worth it. But what's actually real interesting is one of the Bitcoins I was following basically said that starting like August 1st of 2019, they're going to halve the reward that you get from mining. So if you were mining and you were getting, let's say,
it's diminishing
0.07, yeah, they're diminishing returns.
And that's what I thought it's been for a while now, right? Like,
yeah,
like it's not like back in the day when you could mine and you could actually sort of come out ahead.
Right.
Now it's almost not worth it for the average person to mine. Like, you need one of those huge.
You need a like supercomputer, full processing.
Well, like you've seen the giant mines in China, right? Where it's like a daisy chain of GPUs, like in a huge warehouse. Like, you've seen that, right?
No.
People, because like, you know how you can use, like, I guess like you use GPUs to because you can.
I've seen the PlayStation 4 like GPU being used as a processing unit in order to collect. They were using it to collect data for something. But I've seen like people take chips out of something else.
People literally have mines. Yeah. Like it's the size of a warehouse. I watched some video on it, but this was years ago when it was actually worth it to do this. And I think they use GPUs because you can use the processing power of a GPU in line. So you can just line them up and keep and like use the processing power of it.
It's parallel. That's what you're saying, in line. It's parallel processing, and you're able to just attach a bunch of chips together and like run it as as like one 10 gigabyte video card.
Yeah,
when in reality it's like 100,000 chips together.
Yeah, and there's warehouses full of these things, and they use that to mine Bitcoin. I don't know if that's as lucrative to do now because it's becoming as you said, like as you mine more, it gets harder to mine them. So I don't know if people are doing that anymore, but. No,
people are still mining Bitcoin, man.
As this price goes up, that's what people are doing in China, and I'm
but the thing is, who's here to be like, hey, I'm Bitcoin and I'm going to have the reward? Because we don't even know the freaking creator of Bitcoin. We can't even find him, you know?
I thought you did. I thought we did.
I mean, like,
or he's like the founder.
Yeah, there's like some
He's
claim.
Japanese, right?
Yeah. That's what they say, but like no one really knows. If you truly look into it, no one really knows.
So they think it's this one guy.
Yeah, they think it's this one guy, and this is his affiliated name, and that's all they know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's scary. But the real thing is, you know, when you were saying that GPUs, I was thinking of like those. Have you ever seen the YouTube like click farms where they have a bunch of like cell phones all tied together? It's the same
concept,
and they just like
it's the same exact concept.
Like, oh, you want views? Boom, here you go, and it just skyrockets. Dude, I started watching like movies online and just to see, you know, what it's like. Because back in the day, you know, you had to torrent movies. You had to like...
What service?
BitTorrent, uTorrent.
No, like what service are you using now?
I'm just streaming online. Like I just found random websites and I'm just like, movie online, Google,
Oh, so it's
enter.
still like gray market.
Yeah, it's gray market. It's
or
black market. Yeah. You don't download the movie. You know, if you're going to watch it on a stream, I don't know if you can get in trouble for that. I don't know where the liability comes in. Like, if you're going to torrent something, you've downloaded the file. The illegal file is now on your computer. Right. But if you're streaming something, the illegal file never hits your computer. You're only viewing the viewer.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
So Detective Pikachu has now been watched.
Good. I'm glad.
It was... good. It was exactly what I wanted. And it got me started. I'm like, hey, let me start playing Pokemon Go. So I'm like, pull up Pokemon Go, only to figure out there's all these updates I need to do. So I was like, screw this. And it goes #1 trending, Wizards United. And I'm like, what the heck is Wizards United? Click on it. It's from the same people as Pokemon Go, except it's Harry Potter world everywhere. You literally grab your phone and you're like a wizard and you're fighting magical like stuff. It's crazy. You got to check it out. It's like same interface as Pokemon Go, except you're in Harry Potter world. And I went to Harry Potter world, dude. Harry Potter world's freaking awesome.
An app? This is a game?
Yeah, this is an app. I have it downloaded and everything. It's awesome.
All right. So while you look for that, I'm gonna circle back to Facebook.
Yeah.
Because what I was worried about is that Facebook already has all of your data as far as.
Oh yeah.
activities.
Wizards unite.
Wizards unite. Okay, but they already have all your data that, as far as what you do online and what they could target ads with.
Right.
So apparently, Facebook won't fully control the Libra, whatever. It'll just get a single vote, and other people who govern it are Visa, Uber, and some other people.
Yeah.
So it's actually going to be. It's going to be an open source blockchain.
I mean, how can it be a blockchain if the ledger's not public, right?
Then it must be that. So now I'm confused. Now it actually looks like cryptocurrency.
It definitely is a cryptocurrency.
And they're saying that they're launching a subsidiary company that handles all of the crypto dealings, so your Facebook data and your crypto data never mingle. So they can't target ads with it, which I think is bullshit. Because they would want that data.
Yeah.
What?
They look like freaking Pidgeotos. It makes no sense.
Is that like beta? What am I looking at?
No, this is like, I'm the wizard right there. Right? And those, what is that? It looks like a freaking Pidgey. The flying thing? What is that?
Is there full
What,
AR?
is there flying things? And
Is there full AR you can do?
I'm sure there is. It's not.
Because you
I
know
like
how Pokemon Go was.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's fully integrated, and it uses my camera. See, I just got something.
Well, right now it's just using your GPS.
Wait, watch.
It's
gonna
not
go into camera
Harry
mode.
Potter. It's just something like
It's
it.
gonna go into camera mode,
Oh.
and then I search the ground. So here's the AR part. So I'm in camera mode. You see me? You see anything?
Yeah. Oh, you are Harry Potter. What the heck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Where the hell is this thing? But like, it's Pokemon Go 100%.
What are you catching?
That's what I don't know. I guess the flying creatures. Search. It says it's giving me hints. It's like, oh, Hagrid! Yo, look at Hagrid. You see them? A line.
What? Did you catch him? What the fuck?
Tap. Threat level low.
What?
The threat meter measures
Why are you
how
catching
much
him?
Trace Defendo.
What?
What the? I'm bad. Defendo, come on.
Are you joking me?
Dude, I'm not joking. This is like real time, dude. It's like a better version of... Oh, wait. There's actually audio.
Oh, perfect.
What happened? Did he say anything?
So you like caught him, or you?
I caught him. I caught a wizard. This is like so... Oh my god, it's the Patronus deer.
Yeah, it is.
It's like moving. Yeah, I got Hagrid.
Well done.
Well
Oh
done.
my god!
Returned Hagrid to where he belongs. You should make note of it in the registry.
Why are you returning Hagrid? He's not a creature. He's like a person. Why do you have to catch? Like, I understand if it's creatures. Why are you
Oh my
like?
God.
Why are you like catching Hagrid?
But like, dude, so I'm like, I started off with like, okay, Detective Pikachu, Pokemon Go, and then I ended up in like Harry Potter world all over again. So today I'm gonna watch.
Thank you. Very cool.
I'm gonna watch.
Thank you, Hagrid. Very cool.
Thank you, Hagrid. Very cool. Yeah. So that's exactly. So I'm like, this all happened while I was eating at a Vietnamese Thai place across the street.
Vietnamese Thai place.
Yeah, I told you about it. I had pad see ew,
Oh, you're right.
which is like a broad noodle. So instead of like pad thai, it's a skinny noodle.
Is Vietnamese pho?
Yeah, it's pho. Dude, everyone pronounces it weird, but it's pho. And I heard pho is supposed to be like, it's served either hot or cold, but it's
Okay.
preferred like cold.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't eat beef, so like I can only try the chicken and pork ones, and they're like meh. It's like, I'm sure the beef one's like amazing in taste.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. I don't go.
I've never had it.
You've never had pho?
No. Because I don't want to go to the wrong place, and I've already. I already feel like I've tainted my Thai experience by going to the wrong places.
Wait, what Thai place has tainted you?
Oh, I don't know. The one that's like over there. Like, cause
Dude, that one. The one that we're talking about stinks. Once you establish a good Thai place,
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you stick with.
And I went to the wrong place first, but the place that we go to now, I prefer. But
Okay.
I still don't like the way that a lot of Asian places do vegetables. They undercook vegetables. I don't know if that's...
I think it's part of their, like...
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Culture.
They like a crunchy vegetable.
They like the crunchy vegetable.
I've never been a fan of that.
Because when you're eating the pad thai, the bean sprout is completely, like, raw almost. And you feel the crunch as you're eating it.
I've never been a fan of that.
What I don't like about Thai food is chicken. I feel like the chicken is, like, too stringy or, like,
well, I never know what...
elasticity. I don't know.
I never know what we've ruined as Americans. Like, is it supposed to be chicken? You know, like...
Oh, yeah. Is it supposed to be like this? And it's like, what part of the chicken comes out like that? In, like, these crazy strips. It's like, that's not all breast meat. Like,
probably is.
You think so?
Yeah.
They must, like, make a sour version of it or something. Something just seems different with Thai chicken versus
like,
any other.
I want... there should be a way to find out if a place is, like 100% authentic. Nothing here is Americanized. Like, but I guess in order to be able to sell it, they have to make, like, the chicken versions and the basic versions.
I went to Mumbai, India, and while I was in Mumbai, India, I went to a restaurant there, which here would be called an Indian restaurant, but there it's just called a restaurant.
It's just called a restaurant.
So I go to the restaurant and I order, like, chicken lollipop, gobi Manchurian. I ordered like I was ordering in America, and they had everything.
Okay.
And I was like, is this normal? So I went to a different restaurant, and they also had the same. The menus were exactly the same.
Okay.
Prices were, like, off by 1 or 2 rupees, but, like I
something.
come back here and I try, the same exact thing. Even though the menus are the same, the taste is completely different.
Oh, of course.
It's something about the vegetables.
I refuse to believe that there isn't at least a 100% authentic place around here.
Dude, even the peppers that we're using in America are much sweeter than what, like, peppers are internationally.
Well, I wonder if that's just because of a regional thing. Like, if we literally can't get those peppers here.
So how do you make something authentic? The menu can be authentic as possible.
Oh,
but if
I know.
Ingredient,
the prep has to be authentic too.
You'd have to pay, like, such premium price.
That's what I'm saying. Because they, in order to cut costs, they have to Americanize some things.
Right.
Because, like, they're just going to get American peppers and American spices.
Right.
Which... it's sort of hard to believe, because if you're off the boat, wouldn't you want to make it authentic? Or you're just worried about money?
What's considered authentic? As close
I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I want it to taste exactly the same, but I guess that's...
How can you get there if
I don't
you can't
know.
physically go? Like, it's like, oh, I love, what my mom cooks.
In defense of traveling, I guess that's why you would travel, because that's the only way you'll ever get authentic.
What really makes me wonder is, like, what makes homemade cooking? What if I cook the same homemade cooking like mom would make and go make it myself?
I've heard of
it
places
never
like
comes
that.
out the same.
No, it doesn't. And it's because the kitchen materials are going to be different. It's always going to be an industrial stove. It's going to be like they're going to use industrial ingredients, but I don't know. There's got to be a way to do that.
So in Chernobyl, right? There's a restaurant that during the tour they stop at, and it's called Grandma's, or it's called Mom's.
Okay.
And they make food for the tourists and serve it in, like, a tray fashion, and tourists come in and they eat there. But the one thing, when I heard this, I'm looking at it and I'm like, dude, if I'm visiting Chernobyl and I know there's radiation, like, everywhere, one, where the heck are they getting these fresh ingredients? Are they on site? Yeah. Are they bringing it to the site? Two, even if they bring it onto the site, is the radiation going into the thing?
I forgot what I was watching. There's a very specific thing that has to happen for them to, like... Oh yeah, because remember in Japan they had that huge meltdown? Like a couple years ago?
Yeah.
I think it was 10 years ago.
Yeah. I feel like I've heard about this when I was young.
Fukuyama? No, I'm making
Fukushima.
it up. I forgot. But they had a big meltdown because of a tsunami.
Yeah.
And,
yes.
And so that area that people are starting to re-inhabit, they have a crazy process they have to do for imported food. They use a Geiger counter with, like, all of their food. Even if it's a restaurant, they check it.
All right, this Chernobyl place is definitely not doing that. It's like a bunch of old grandmas, like, they come together, or moms.
I'm saying that's what has to be done.
That is what has to be done.
If they're doing that, who knows?
What? I guess we really need to understand the effects of radiation if we ingest it after.
Because it goes into the ground. So they took excavators and took like the first 6 feet off of all the ground that they could touch. But
Yeah.
that job is still not done. And any animals who might have eaten it or any plants that may have grown out of it that you now harvest
Yeah.
have to
Have
be checked.
radiation poisoning.
Yeah. I mean, there's a safe level, but they still have to be checked.
What's crazy is now that Game of Thrones ended, Chernobyl, the series, is taking off, and there's all these people.
You know what? I think I'm going to. Yeah, I've been meaning to get HBO Go or now whatever, and
Illegal streaming sites.
yeah, but I just need to know where to go.
Stream it.
Okay.
Oh my god, I was watching Anthony.
Hold on, but so people,
Yeah.
because of the show,
Yeah.
influencers are and models are going there and taking pictures.
Yeah. And like some people were taking dirty pictures, and it's kind of like,
I'm sure
hey,
they are.
please respect the
But
people that died
to
here.
be fair, it's not a new thing. Going to Chernobyl as like a tourist thing, I think has already been a thing.
But is it illegal to go there as a did they close it
It's
off?
not-
Are there really parts
It's
that
not
you can
illegal
go to?
because I've seen people do it. You might need a guide.
I've seen like people
You
jump
definitely
off.
need a Geiger counter while you're
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Anything organic, you're not supposed to touch. So you can't walk on like tall grass or anything like that because that.
What captivates people to go there? What's so
I mean, I always thought that shit was so cool. Like that's where that's where Fallout games come from. And there's always like some radiation video game. Like people, it's equally
Doug,
creepy.
you're not going to get superpowers going
Oh,
to
definitely not. You're
Chernobyl.
gonna get super cancer.
Yes.
But it's always had something about radioactive apocalypse or just radioactive I don't know, breakdown that it's not creepy like Halloween, but it's just but like you said, it's not like goofy like superhero. It's somewhere in the middle where it's like this sort of like mysterious thing you can't see, but it's in the air, but it's not a
Okay.
ghost. It's just like it's very
It's
like,
supernatural.
no, that's what I'm saying. It's not that. It's
No, I know, but
I'm
like
just trying to figure
that's
out
the way
because I've always been infatuated with it, and it obviously has a huge market because there's games and
Yeah, there are
movies and
games and everything's made out through that.
made out of it. Yeah, because it's like, you always see those masks
Yeah.
like that are always like, I don't know. It's like it's very and then I don't know.
What is it, the gas mask, but you don't.
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
like
even know.
you always have to tread lightly, so it's like spooky.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah, I
and
love
like
that.
and what always happens is like around these areas, like especially like Chernobyl, is that people leave like that, so everything is frozen in time when you go there.
Yeah, it's like
no
the
one-
last thing
Because
they
people
were
barely
doing.
had
You
time
can
to
see.
pack.
Yep.
So like you leave as you are, and no one goes back. So it's a time capsule.
Yeah. It's a living time capsule
Yeah.
above ground,
And the only things that
kind of like
remain-
North Korea.
sort of, yeah, and it has that same vibe to
Yeah.
it. Like North Korea, like has that same sort
Ghost
of like
town,
nuclear
yeah.
ghost town vibe to it,
Yeah.
even though it's fucking inhabited.
Yeah. Or it's not. North Korea fakes it. I think they have a fake
Oh
city.
yeah, I mean it's fake inhabited. I'm saying people do live there.
While we were whispering, it reminded me of learning about the whispering community of YouTube and ASMR channels and how ASMR is sexualized, but it's not supposed to be. Like some people,
I feel like it would have been
fetishize it.
hard to not sexualize it. Someone's literally whispering into a mic.
yeah, and they're also like wearing like outfits when they do it, and they do
Well, of
different
course.
role play. But
and
it's
you would
like,
obviously play into it for views.
the ASMR people doing it are saying like, hey, this isn't, sexual, this isn't,
Well, that's
I'm just having fun.
hilarious.
And there's supposed to be like a tingling feeling hearing people
Well,
whisper.
they're gonna say that's so they can stay on YouTube. Like they're gonna walk right up to that
I
line.
mean, like, they're not all pretty or like,
no
good cosplay
right,
people.
but
Like,
they're gonna deny it regardless. Like, oh, this isn't sexual because they want to be able to stay on YouTube. But some are gonna walk right up to that line
right.
of sexuality.
So I think recently some like girl who's underage got in trouble because of her ASMR channel, and basically YouTube,
Why?
because even though she didn't think she was doing something that was, being fetishized or sexualized, the YouTube people said, oh yeah, you definitely are, you know, like this video is not for that type. So you know what's crazy? Some other YouTuber re-uploaded the video YouTube took down, and for a year it's been on the re-uploaded channel, and it gains 1 million viewers, and YouTube doesn't do anything about that channel. But because this like young ASMR girl is doing it, is like they're actively like looking at it. That sort of plays
into the thing where YouTube is just getting ban happy.
Yeah.
YouTube is getting ban happy, and the media companies are getting copy strike crazy.
How do you find a pathway for success in this environment?
I think it's obviously possible, but you have to be one of the cookie cutters, like Jake Paul or one of the late night hosts who are having their videos boosted artificially. It's like the days of old where you could just be Smosh and be
broadcast
successful
yourself,
and just be like 100% yourself. I think those are over.
Now we need to be fake Instagram people, which is one of the reasons
you have to be advertisable.
Which is one of the reasons I started an Instagram, so we can be advertisable and get our revenue.
But there lies the irony.
Yeah.
Like YouTube and the publishers and some of the advertisers don't think these people who are so-called edgy are advertisable, when in reality they're getting millions and millions of hits because they are precisely advertisable to maybe a different crowd.
Yeah.
So like, how about we start segmenting advertisers to edgy people?
Right.
I don't care I don't know what you're gonna have to advertise there, fucking porn and condoms, but I doubt you even have to go that far. Like, why we're still in this point where we're being like, oh no, like that's too edgy for me. Like, what are you talking about? There are plenty of edgy people, or not even edgy. There are plenty of people who aren't offended by things and who also have buying power.
Yes.
Like, there's millions of those people. Like, you don't have to pacify everything.
I used to understand that, like, when the Tide Pods thing happened and all this, you know, like, they were actively demonetizing it or, like, not making it show up on search results. Like, kid eats 10 Tide Pods and still lives to tell about it. It's like, no, that's obviously fake. And that was good stuff, but now it's just kind of like, you know, this girl's making something that seems sexual, so I'm just gonna... It's like the fact that you made it and you said it now brings in even more people into it.
That's the Streisand effect, where the fact that you pulled out...
I remember you telling me this.
The fact that you made a big deal out of something that wasn't a big deal in the first place, well, now it is a big deal.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have even been a big deal if you didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And that's part of this whole system of, like, we still haven't worked out advertising and new media with YouTube creators and like sort of so-called edgy creators.
Yeah.
Even though these creators they have the biggest pull out of any content creators right now. Like, they have more pull than legacy media. They have more pull.
You're absolutely right. Even like the newscaster can't
you know it pisses them off.
Yeah.
So if you really want to get hypothetical about it, it's like these legacy media people with billions of dollars, they feel so threatened by these small creators that are taking their views, they're just banning them en masse. They're just copy striking them, and even if they get copy striked, they go through the process and then they eventually get their video back.
Yeah.
They copy striked that video during the meat of hits. So they robbed them of their revenue.
Their money. Yes.
So we'll give you your video back, but we took it from you when it was the most hot.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay,
this is all money they could have earned, and now it's just put into a different bucket.
And it's
to be disputed.
I
and
know
then
it sounds
released.
Conspiracy theorist, but it's like, it's so obvious that this is what's happening.
This is another one. Conspiracy videos now on YouTube are not even like sometimes showing on results. They won't even like promote them anymore.
And that got a lot of heat because of InfoWars, but now that brings into question...
Our podcast won't get onto there because we have conspiracy in our title as like the slogan.
Probably, yeah. I mean, you're probably right.
So,
but that begs the question, and this is not my point, but this is sort of the narrative lately, is, okay, is Twitter, is YouTube, are these things, are they platforms or publishers? Because if they're platforms, they should sort of be hands-off, and they claim to be platforms. If they're publishers, then it makes sense. Then they have rights to take things down and edit and write and make editorial decisions. But they're still claiming to be platforms while taking the actions of something that looks like a publisher. And that's where it gets hairy. And I think there's actually a legal distinction between those two as well. I'm not fully up
Isn't
on
there
that.
something going on with like America and like the FARs? Like if you're an international reporter, you have to declare it in America. And
I have no clue.
oh my God, there's just something about this. It was something crazy, but like they were asking all these reporters, hey, if you're for, Russian government, we want you to tell us in America so that way we can ensure what you're saying is accurate and falls within like Russian guidelines or something. And reporters were flat out not doing it because they thought it was like freedom of press, and they were like, this shouldn't be allowed. And they basically...
That begs the question, is freedom of press granted to people who aren't American citizens?
I like that. So basically they found out that some of the people registered on there were like pro-Russia government people, and they
Right.
were like doing one type of reporting, and they're trying to get more appeal, but like people weren't signing up because they were afraid what was going to happen. And I kind of understand it. I don't want to sign up for things. Like one of the things my town just did is if you own a tenant property, they want you to like sign something and send it to them saying that you're a landlord of this property so that they can have it for their records. But I'm like, why the heck does my town need to know which property I'm a landlord of? It doesn't even matter for them. Like, so instead of mailing the thing in, like most people, they mail in the thing and they don't ask questions, they just do it. I went to the office and I went right in there, knocked on the door, went right in, and I went up to the lady. I'm like, hey, I'm okay and cool, like, filling this out. I just kind of want to know, like, why, you guys are requiring me to fill this out to know, like, more about me. And she looks at me and she's like, you're one of the first few people to come here and, like, actually ask us
And
this.
what did it want to know about you?
All they wanted was point of contact, emergency, like, number to reach you at, and where you currently reside. And then the property that you own that you're renting out.
Own?
Yes. So she tells me, because of natural disasters or anything, they want to be able to have a point of contact to call in case the house burns down.
I guess that makes sense, because they want to know, because the person renting it's not their property, so they just want to know
who
owns it.
Yeah. But like, shouldn't the town know that when they bought the freaking house?
Yeah, something must have happened where there was some loss of...
Something must have happened, but I thought it was the craziest thing. I'm like, this just feels silly. And the weirdest part is, it says like go to, the town hall or something, but it's like, don't go to the town hall. You go to like building management of your town, and then they're the people that like flourish it. I'm like, all these separate departments, when are they actually talking to each other to figure out?
That's the bureaucracy.
Call this guy.
Nightmare of everything.
Yeah. Like, what's more powerful in your eyes, NSA or CIA?
Is NSA part of CIA, or is it a separate?
No, they're two separate. They're two separate entities.
I mean, CIA just because it's been around longer, but they probably have equal reach.
They probably... No, they don't. One guy's freaking snooping on your... Actually,
both
CIA is snooping too.
CIA has been around since CIA has the infrastructure.
This is the thing I found out. A CIA operative cannot tell you he's a CIA operative. He has to basically tell you like some fake like thing, and it's so legitimate you would never know he's a CIA operative. While an FBI operative can flat out tell you he's an FBI guy.
Has to?
No, he doesn't have to, but he can tell you. He has the...
Oh, you're saying the CIA can't?
Can't. CIA can't. They're not allowed to tell you they're working for the CIA.
Well, that's one of those things where a lot of people aren't fans of the fact that the CIA even exists, because it's just too...
What about the NSA? Have you ever heard anyone come up to you and be like, yo, I work for the NSA? Never. Now I'm like, wait a second.
Was NSA...
NSA seems like way higher.
NSA was post 9/11, right?
Or was it pre... I think it was already established pre 9/11, but it got even bigger post 9/11.
Because post 9/11 was the Patriot Act, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, post 9/11 was Patriot Act.
And I think who managed that was the NSA, I think.
Oh, really?
I think.
No, I don't know. But now we know aliens are real, so we're good. And on that note...
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, no, today was a good day. No, a little bit of rain every time me and Dad get into this.
Oh, the NSA was founded in 1952.
Yeah, there we go.
What the fuck?
So when was the CIA founded?
The CIA was Kennedy, I think. I think that was the 60s, I want to say.
So yeah, NSA is like dude.
That's weird.
I watched Men in Black in theaters, not streaming, and it really made you think. I liked it. It was a good combination of both the old Men in Black and new Men in Black, and I can't wait for the next one. The guy did a good job, Thor or whoever, the guy that plays Thor. I don't know who he is.
Thor, one of the Hemingworths, right?
Hemsworths.
Hemingworth? Who am I talking about?
Hemingway. Are we? No. Yeah. So, what time is it?
It is 2:30, just about.
I just meant as in like how many minutes we were at. Now they know it's not lunchtime. And
Shit!
You messed it up.
It's 2:30 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still cloudy. Gloomy out there and dark.
Yeah, it just happens to be one of those days. God damn it.
All right. Till next time. We're not trending, but one day we will be. Yet again, it's not
We're
for
not
the
trending.
trends.
We're not trendy.
Yeah. I'm trendy. Okay, let that go. We'll go back here. Export this out.